Oh. Mm.
Okay, I think we're live. Does it say live?
It does.
All right. Zoom. Okay, ladies. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you being here. I'm being on time, and here comes iPhone. If you don't have something to write with, I highly encourage you to grab a pen and paper or, use your notes on your phone or something. You're going to want to take some notes. But let's just real quick open it up. Can I ask who is iPhone that just joined? My screen's jumping around. Okay, well, um, oh my gosh, it's jumping around so much.
Mm.
Does your guys' screen do that where it just moves around? No?
Yeah, mine's not. Kim Cherry did text. She'll be on in a few minutes. She just got home.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to just ask, I'm going to open up the floor for anybody who would like to give themselves a shout out on anything with their business that's going on that makes you excited. Alicia, this would be your cue on that other thing just to like put it out there.
Okay.
Um, okay, anybody like bookings, sales, um, new team members, sharing appointments. I'm excited to be breathing. What is it that you are excited about? Anything you want to share? Okay, who is iPhone? iPhone just left. Okay.
Mm.
Anybody? Anybody? Okay, Alicia, take it away.
Okay, I'm Alicia. Woo! I have had my business for 15 years and I stumbled upon, was that it? And then the thing that I'm excited about? Just so,
Yeah, just the
okay.
thing you stumbled upon. Yeah, share about that. It's
Yeah.
whatever you guys want to share about that you're want to pat yourself on the back or whatever. So Alicia's going to share something.
So I stumbled upon a 5-day, we'll call it a boot camp for lack of a better word, with a woman who does a organizational system called a One Notebook Life.
Mm.
And if you're like me, you have 100,000 different places that you save things that are supposed to remind you to do things. But
Mhm.
because you have sticky notes and notebooks and OneNote and Microsoft To Do and random pieces of paper that you find, it's all scattered everywhere, and you have no idea where to look for that thing that you wanted to remind you to do later. Anybody? I saw you guys nodding. So
Mhm. Yes, that's
so
right.
this woman is teaching one notebook system, and yesterday was day one. Yesterday was day one. Today's day two. I'm gonna get you guys the link. I'll either give it to Mimi or and you guys can register for it. It the replays are available until February 9th. So it's like watch it this week. I'm basically gonna take notes via Chat GPT. I'm just gonna take the transcript of the YouTube and plug it into Chat GPT and give me all the notes. So if you guys miss it, I'll share my notes with you.
Mhm.
But she is trying to sell something, so be aware of that. But it is like it's already got my brain turning in like different ways that I could use this in my Mary Kay business. I can use this in my life, and yeah, so it's making me excited. I like organization things.
Cool.
If you want to just put the registration info in the Believe chat on Facebook,
I'll see if
then
I can
anybody
find that.
who's
Yeah.
interested, what's that?
I said I'll
Or
see if I can find that. Yeah.
and if not, then just text it to me. It's fine. It's all good.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else have anything that they want to share? Any questions you want to ask Alicia about that? Okay. Oh, Kim, were you gonna say
Yeah,
something,
I was
Kimberly?
going to say, yeah, definitely am interested because I've got like piles and notebooks galore and all that. And be good to put it in one place.
Yep.
Good.
I switched to a single calendar for everything this year, and that's been super helpful because I carried one for my personal life, family life, and then one for work or school, and then, it's like, where did I put that one? And so I've now just consolidated into one. And I like physical calendars. I love my Google Calendar at work, but I also duplicate in my physical calendar because it helps me stay accountable. But yeah, the one notebook life sounds interesting.
Good. All right. Yay. Hey, good job, Alicia.
I just forwarded you the email because I don't even
Okay.
see how to register. But
All
the
right.
links for all 5 days are on the email.
Oh, okay.
So it's you just click on the link for whatever day it is and just watch the video. And then I'm getting the summer. I'll post the summary too, just because I know that that's helpful.
Cool. I have to say, Kim Cherry, I need you to text me that background that you have. I really like that.
It's something from Mary Kay. I don't know. Like, I think I
Looks
went
like
to
a Mary
like
Kay thing,
virtual backgrounds, but
I'll look.
I'll have to figure out how I found it.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, so you guys, you have gotten now as of tonight 4 emails forwarded from me that are about, how do you say it, Alicia? Cash Couch Academy.
Yeah.
And you guys, I'm not going to retrain this stuff because there's no reason to like redo things when it's already done.
Mm-hmm.
I highly encourage you to listen to them. I've been listening to them when I go on my walks, okay, or when I'm getting ready. You don't have to watch it. You don't. OMG. There's so much good stuff out there on it. And no, this is not the training that I was advertising earlier, but I just want to call your attention. And if you don't see it, let me know so I can get it to you. They are on YouTube. It's not going away. Alicia, would you like to throw out anything about that?
Yeah, she's basically taking all of the things that people have learned about doing this business virtually. She's condensing it into 5 hours worth of training, basically. Like
And
it's
she's
or
got
less.
and she's got some new things in there too.
Yeah,
So.
so it's like I've heard of, friending your friend's friend, right? On Facebook, people you have mutual, friends in common with, and then adding them on Facebook. But I haven't heard of her system where you then comment on their posts on Monday, Thursday, Monday, and then send them a DM, start a conversation with them, and so on, right? Like it's things that I've heard of. Like I tried the Facebook group party, right? But there's a Facebook Messenger party and there's a text party, which is now the old look, where it was a silent hostess. Like now the silent hostess is a text party. Like so it's taking old school Mary Kay and putting it in digital, like now 2026 information. So I found it really helpful, especially the day 4 when she was talking about recruiting and using a Facebook group for videos of recruiting. That was a really cool idea. Like it's very worth your time.
Yes. And they're only 15 minutes long each. So it's not like
the last one was 40 minutes. So that's why I said 5 hours max. But yeah.
And let me just say this. I hate just throwing a bunch of stuff at you like I'm cooking spaghetti and trying to see if it's ready and throwing it down the wall. That's not the point here. My intention here is to make sure that you are aware of some things, and if you choose to participate in them, then you have the tools at your disposal. Okay. I only bring it up because I hadn't heard from anybody and I had emailed it to the entire unit. So check it out. It's so worth the time. And we can talk more. I just want to bring it to your attention. Okay. And one other thing, and then I'm jumping into this training. Tomorrow is Janice Trude's skincare class, virtual skincare class. You can be on it to learn. You can be on it with a guest. You can, it's training, guys. It's training. And you can earn while you learn. Okay. Where else can you do that kind of thing? So earn while you learn. And all of the things have been posted on the Believe More event page, and I can text it to you if you need something, but I'm not spending a lot of time there because here's what I want to say. If you've been waiting for a sign, look me in the eyeballs. If you've been looking for a sign, tonight's your night. Okay. If you're like, I love this product and I love to help women, but oh my gosh, I'm so busy. How do I figure out how to hold a party in person? Or I love this product and I would love to share it with people, but you know, doing this online thing makes me very nervous. I don't feel confident in that. Or maybe just for whatever reason, you just haven't gotten people on these virtual things we do. This is a new twist on an old thing that used to be done back in the day. And I'm just going to ask you very, very openly who take the Spanx. You know what Spanx are, right? I would say girdle. Take the girdle off of your brain, okay? And just be open, like open hands. Show me your open hands. Open to receive. I'm open to receive a new idea. Now, if you implement it, that's up to you because each one of us has our own business, but it's a new idea. And if you, I'm going to play a training on it because she can explain it better than I can. I don't like to usually teach things that I haven't actually done, but I just got this given to me today. And I think it's pretty powerful. And I think it has a place. Okay. So maybe this is for you. If it's not for you, I bet you have a team member or a future team member that it will be for. Okay. So I am going to, without any further ado, I'm going to share my screen, turn on the sound, and this is not it. I have created, okay, so this came through as well on Boards. Now, Boards is something that I pay for, and I don't want you to have to pay for it. So here is a group on Facebook. Write it down, take a picture, whatever. The Believe Unit Skin Care Trial Group. Okay. And I want to bring this to your attention right here. The very first post says, attention, 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 attention. Please do not comment or like anything on here because it will change the order of the posts and it will confuse people if it's not in the right order. Okay. So if you have a question, just reach out to me and I will help you with the question. Okay. So I am going to click here and I'm not going to even talk anymore. I'm just going to play this video and I already forgot where to start. 9 minutes and 30.
So it's what you do every week.
Okay.
We are going to put this on view. Nancy,
We're going to be on here for a minute, but grab your paper, write down questions or things that you like because I want us to talk about it after. Okay. All right, here we go.
take it away. 10 years ago, I just got the notion that I wanted people to have the opportunity to try the product for more than just a second, a hot minute at a facial, at, a virtual or in-person appointment. And this was long before virtual, but something that I have always loved to do is I've loved to work from home and I've loved to be in my space and not have to travel a lot. And so before virtual was even a thing, I was trying to figure out ways that I could get the product out in mass ways and still get to be a stay-at-home mom, still be able to pick him up from school every afternoon and not have to travel a lot. Well, when I started doing this, it's what I call a skincare trial. I was sending out actually the full-size set of skincare, mostly repair sets, and giving them 21 days to try the product. Well, there were so many things wrong with that, and I see that now, but the results I got then were amazing. They just weren't sustainable. And so what happened was if they loved the product, they got to keep it at a discount. The problem is after 21 days, they were already starting to be depleted on some things. And I think they got a little salty about having to buy something that they had been technically getting to use for free. Then if they didn't use it, I was out the whole repair set or the whole skincare set. So then I started returning things to the company. Well, then I got a little pushback from Mary Kay, understandably so. That was never how it was designed for us to utilize the return program.
Okay, before I go on, are you guys all on the same page? Everybody understands what her concept? She was giving them full skincare sets to use in their home without a party. Okay.
And so a few weeks ago, well, actually early September, I just started really, as Heidi said, going back through what has worked for me in the past. And I still am committed to the idea that if they have an opportunity to try this product longer than just like a 5-minute, experience, and I have an opportunity to work with them for longer than that, it gives me the opportunity to build a relationship. And that's what I've kept going back to is I don't want to be anybody's cash register. I don't want them to make a courtesy purchase at someone's party just to be nice. I want to build a relationship, and I want them to purchase products that make sense, that work for them, and that will ultimately cause them to want to come back and utilize my services again and again and again. So I went back to the idea of the trial and I tweaked it a little bit. And so when I started doing these in September, I asked people to be a part of a field trial that I was conducting, and I sent them the Go set of whatever skincare regimen I deemed to be a good fit for them. I sent them the Go set. I sent them a mini oil-free eye makeup remover, so the Deluxe Mini. And then I mostly did these CDS. So with the CDS, I got a free sample of the peel, free sample of the microdermabrasion, if I sent them out a repair set. If I sent them out the Mary Kay skincare or the Mary Kay Time-Wise skincare, I sent them out a charcoal mask instead of the peel. So I was sending those out. It was still a little cost prohibitive in that sending that out on CDS was running anywhere from about $28 to $30. And so I was getting amazing results. But I really wanted, about the first of the year, I really wanted to tweak and create a wider profit margin. Now, keep in mind that one of the things that I have been really camping out on is that I don't have gas. I'm not driving that, to an appointment. I don't have that expense. I don't really have the time expense that I would sitting around someone's kitchen or dining room table for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. So all of that balanced out for me whatever upfront cost there was, even if it was a $28 to $30 investment. But I still wanted to work to get a better profit margin. When I started doing this in September, maybe it was my insecurity, but I felt like I had to give them a higher percentage off if they decided to try the product and purchase full size. And I love offering some kind of a discount, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, because as you follow up with them, it gives you a little bit of leverage when you offer a discount. But I realized that I didn't have to offer as significant a discount as I was offering in the beginning. So here's where we've landed.
Okay, I love this. Okay, I'm gonna interrupt just a second.
No, please.
So you guys, I wanted Nancy to share the process that she shared with me when I reached out to her for a couple of reasons. Number one, you guys, when you try something, it's going to evolve. It's going to evolve, and you're going to learn and you're going to grow. You're going to see what the cost effectiveness is, and you're also going to see what the if it's reproducible, And so that's also what you've landed on as you're coming to the next step of what has been working now, because not only is this cost effective and you can do it, but now your key people can do it. Okay, so you went from full size years ago to the Go sets, and now what are you doing, Nancy?
Okay. And Heidi just made a great point, is that I wanted this to be duplicatable, because if this is how I'm finding my new team members, I wanted it to be a platform that they now were familiar with, that they could turn around and duplicate in their new Mary Kay business. So I think that's always important, because however you found them will be how they try to execute the business.
So true. So true.
So let me just say this, And again, maybe this speaks to a little insecurity, but we all know the woman you reach out to that is a scary lady. She's using the bougiest of skincare, and we all know that ours measures up, right? Ours doesn't cost the same, so it's not bougie in that respect. But in terms of result and quality, it is absolutely can, hang with anybody. So I will still say that if she's a scary lady and I want this to look super upscale, she still gets the Go Set. Some of these people, I kind of, figure this all out, that I want it to look a little more official, right?
Got it.
The other thing
Got
that
it.
I will say is that I have camped out on the idea of this still coming from CDS, because even if I mail it from my office, it's about a $4 to $4.50 shipping cost, because I put it in a cute pink envelope and I dress it all up. I can ship it from CDS for $5.95. And in my opinion, it just looks more like an official field trial.
Yeah.
It looks like it's actually coming from corporate. And I kind of like that. So whether it's the Go Set, whether it's what I've landed on as my general rule now, either way, I kind of like it going CDS. So what I'm doing now is, it had gone from 21 days when I sent the full size set years ago to when I reinstituted this in September, it was just a 7-day trial. I wanted, from a revenue aspect, from the cost I had invested to a cost, getting the return on my investment, I wanted to see my ROI turn around from that 21 days to 7 days. At the suggestion, one of my offspring, she suggested, okay, maybe that 7 days is even a little long. What if we did it as a 5-day trial? And I have to say, I think that was brilliant, because what I'm doing now is I'm sending them 5 strips of whatever skincare they're getting, and they can make a strip last about a day. Mary Kay will still send 2 free samples. Even if you just order paid samples, they'll send 2 free samples with a CDS order. So I'm still sending the peel and the microdermabrasion, or the microdermabrasion and the charcoal mask, again, depending on the
They're no longer free, but go on.
set that they're utilizing.
You don't need any food.
I love that. And now it's taken my cost, my upfront cost, down to about $11, $10 to $11. So that's huge. And now I'm only offering a 15% discount if they opt to purchase full-size products, instead of what I was offering in September at the 25%. So all of that has increased my profit margin greatly. But here's the beauty of this, and here's what's working better than anything I've ever had work ever in my entire 37 years in Mary Kay. I am reaching out to people who had completely ghosted me in the past about every other thing I've ever asked them to do. And they're saying yes. What else I'm loving is that in this time frame, and I can kind of walk through with you what my process looks like, but in this time frame, I am not just sending the samples and praying to God that they actually follow through. I have executed a distinct process that goes over this span of 5 to 8 days, whatever that looks like, and I'm building a relationship.
Sorry to keep interrupting. I want you to know you don't have to write down scripts when if she goes through that. I can't remember. I've got all of that documented for you. Just kind of follow along for the process.
And because I'm building a relationship over this period of time, during that week or a little longer, they're beginning to know me, love me, and trust me. And we all know that when they know you, love you, and trust you, they'll do anything with you. You know what? I actually have, somebody just asked for my scripts. I have this all on boards. I have a whole board on it. So I guess, Heidi, I could share the board with you, and then you can share it with everybody. Okay. Yeah. So it's all on boards.
So when you're said about this, what I thought to myself is like, this is the way that you're totally running your business now. This is the way that, is that a true statement? You're 100% running your business this way?
Yep. I've been doing
so you
about
guys,
50 to 75 trials a month.
okay, so she's doing 50 to 75 trials per month. So this could be something where you're like, this is totally what I want to do. I saw Lauren put in here, oh my goodness, I love this so much. Well, Lauren's going to have a baby like in 2 weeks. And so she's like, how do I keep the momentum going? This could be a perfect way for her to keep this momentum going, totally from her home with that baby, right? But for some of you, you're like, well, I love my hydro sessions, right? I'm doing my hydro sessions, or I love my in-persons. But did you just hear what she said? That these are especially working for people who have said no to everything else, who won't get on a virtual session with you, right? Who won't do an in-person, but they would do this field trial of this product, field trial, actually doing it for a number of days. So you guys, maybe it's not what you're going to 100%, but maybe it's what you're going to for those people that you can't get them to anything else. That can just be another avenue.
Do you
So
know
Nancy,
what I love, Heidi, is it's
Yeah.
not pinning them down to an appointment. And so for women who are extraordinarily busy, they're doing this. And here's what I love is it doesn't take me any time. They're washing their face morning and night per my instructions, and I'm off living my life or reaching out for more field trials. They're not busy, too busy to wash their face. And anybody that's kind of given me pushback on the busy thing, I've just responded back by simply asking, do you wash your face and brush your teeth in this busy season of life? And they always answer back, well, of course. Okay,
Yeah.
well, all I'm asking you to do is to wash your face with something
and
else.
if they don't, then you're like, okay, that's okay.
Right, you're a nasty girl anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so don't forget, you guys, this is all being recorded, so you can come back, but she sends the skincare strip of whatever their skincare is, and she pays for that and sends that through CDS, 5 of them. She sends 5 of them, right? And then depending on what strip you're sending them, you guys, so you're gonna send the peel and the microderm as your free samples, or the charcoal mask and one of the others as their free sample.
And the reason I stopped doing the oil-free eye makeup remover, the result, I had my own trial results. The result was shocking to me. Based on the cost of it, I was selling so few oil-free eye makeup remover. And I think there's a couple of things that came into play with that. Number one is I think they had plenty left because that Deluxe Mini is quite a bit. But I also was not getting super positive response. And I think it's because the Deluxe Mini is hard to dispense it out of. It doesn't squeeze like our regular big one.
Right.
And I don't know, I just wasn't getting great feedback from that. And I just decided that $4 cost was way too
Not worth
expensive
it.
to not be selling any more of those than I was. And so now through a process of suggestive selling, once they come back and they want the whole set or whatever, then I've started asking, hey, tell me a little bit more about what you're using to take your eye makeup off with. And honestly,
Yeah.
I've sold more oil-free eye makeup remover since I stopped putting it in the trial than I was before.
So you guys, you're going to see in the boards, okay? So she has all of the follow-ups. Nancy, you have all of the follow-ups, all of the scripts. You have your process.
Well, sort of.
Okay.
It won't take me but about 2 seconds to run through the process. And I do
Good, because I want you to run through the process, and then I want you to talk about your team building, because that has escalated more than ever in your career from this. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So here's the process. And I'm going to give you the high points, and then you're smart enough, girls, that you can figure out how to implement this. So the very first thing I do is I ship the trial. I either do that through Pirate Ship, and that's on a rare occasion, or through CVS. But I love both of those because I can track them. Do not assume that because they're being shipped right now from Mary Kay that they're getting there through FedEx in a timely fashion. It is worth getting up every morning and making it part of your morning routine to go to your CVS orders and check those and figure out where they are.
Okay.
That's super, super, super important. You would assume that when they receive it, they would let you know that. That is not always the case. So on the day that it's going to arrive, I usually say, hey girl, it looks like your trial's out for delivery. Super excited to get you started. Please let me know when you get it. Or if it's on a weekend and I haven't been, completely on top of that and it already has been delivered. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Looks like your trial hit your doorstep. Have you had a chance to open the box? Right? Once I have confirmed that she has received it, there are no instructions in the box, and I haven't sent her any yet on purpose, because I want to know what day she's going to start so that I can begin to track that process. Once she's received it, I ask for her birth date so that I can get her trial registered. And then I send her detailed instructions. Those are on
You ask for her birth date?
So then now I have the birth date.
Duh,
Right.
that's so good, because otherwise we don't get the birth date. So we don't have that for our records. So
Right.
that seems
And
smart.
actually, in the Google form she fills out for me at the end, I get that information, but then it just looks like cross-reference, but it's a way for me to register her trial. So I just ask
Register her
birth
trial.
date so that I can go ahead and register your trial. And then I send her the detailed instructions. Those are on my board. And I am very clear that she uses these products exclusively and not in conjunction with any other products that she might be using for the 5 days that she's agreed.
Okay.
I have all of this on a master calendar so I know what day she started. Then I check in on day 3 to get a mid-trial assessment. Again, that's on my board. And then I check in on day 6 to establish the fact that she's completed it and to ask if she would like the survey sent via email or text. Now, I have a survey that I have created. No, I did not create it. Please don't ask me how it was created or how to do it. If you want my VA's information so she can create one for you, you're welcome to do that. I have no idea. I just know that it's a Google form and it goes to my email and I see the results. So I ask her, does she want that link sent to her via email or text? And then once she tells me where to send it, I ask her, would she be able to complete it within the next 24 hours? Because that's super important. If she's like, I'm traveling for the weekend, then I'm going to wait and send it to you on Monday. Would that work? I want eyes on the road when I send that to her so that it doesn't just sit in her inbox and I have to follow up on it 100 times.
These are super smart questions, Nancy. I love it.
So then the survey includes, obviously her personal information for my records. I want to know what brand she was using prior to Mary Kay. I want to know how concerned she is with the whole anti-aging business. I have her explain what the biggest change was in her skin. What product is that do they think that they saw the most benefit from? Would they change or add anything? What products would they like to purchase if they were given a 15% discount on full-size purchases? And the next one is revolutionary. Who would be 2 friends or acquaintances that you think would be willing to participate in our ongoing skincare field trial? I almost always get 1 or 2 people. I don't just simply ask who. I gave them a number because I realized when I started doing virtual events years ago that if you limit it, you don't just have them like play a game with a bazillion people, that if you limit it to a number of referrals, that it seems more exclusive. And so when I ask her, who do you know? Do you have 2 friends or acquaintances that would be willing to be a part of our ongoing skincare field trial? They almost always fill those in. And then I also wanted this to evolve into foundation and color. So I asked them, have they been shade matched in the last 3 months? Would they be interested in a complimentary shade match, which I just simply send the link to our shade matching tool. I ask them how satisfied they are with their current makeup routine. And would they be interested in a virtual color tutorial? And I can also send Heidi, I can send you my link to my Google form so you can see what it looks like. And I don't know how you'd want to distribute that, but I can send you the link to that. So what I shared with Heidi is that this has really translated very well to team building for me. And part of it is that at the end of my Google form, it immediately asks them if they would like to become a part of my rewards program. And the rewards program is just simply a short video where they get to hear a little bit more about Mary Kay, information about the career opportunity. And then they fill out another survey and that gets them coupons for a year. And so partly several people have just opted into that. And then in there, they're like, yes, I'm very interested. Tell me more. However, probably the biggest difference for me in how this is translated to team building is that in this time, It isn't somebody that I just checked out at an individual close at a party, or
Yeah.
somebody that was on a Facebook party that I've never laid eyes on and she made a purchase through my website. For 7 days, 5 days, 7 days, 8 days, whatever, I have developed a relationship with this woman. I know what skincare she used to use. I know what she's liked about the experience. I know what she hasn't liked about the experience because they're very free with that information. I've helped her to fix some things. Maybe we've had to tweak some things. So she's beginning to trust me now. In the course of that, I feel like one of the things I'm really good at is asking questions and building relationships. And so I ask about things far beyond her skincare. I try to get to know her, try to get to know what she does for a living, how her, does she have children? What season of life is she in? I feel like that's just part of building a great client relationship, whether she would ever be my team member or not. And so in that relationship building, I am discovering a lot of people that have great need for something besides just great skincare, that they have great need for something else in their life. Almost exclusively by text. Shrila just asked, how do I do that? Almost exclusively by text. However, I have noticed that more than ever, as I'm trying to help them determine what would be their next best step for skincare, that lots of times they have questions that just can't be answered in a text message. So we will have a phone conversation, which in my opinion is still the best way to build a relationship. I don't have as much luck with Facebook Messenger, but I'm going to be super transparent here. I've managed to do all of this and do all of this reach out in just my phone contact list for the last 6 months. I have almost 4,500 people in my phone contact list. It's taken me this many months to work through it. I'm getting into the S's, so I'm going to have to move to social media. And a couple of my offspring have already made that leap and have said that Facebook Messenger, they're not getting the same percentage of yeses because it's a little bit cooler outreach. So we'll see. But I would like to share, Heidi, just because I'm a numbers girl and I have proven these numbers really over and over and over again for the last few months. So I've noticed that 32% of the people that I reach out to say yes, that they will participate. So I'm working on a lead sheet of 25 people, and every lead sheet, I almost get 6 to 8 yeses. But that is working those through 5 attempts.
Yep.
And we all know that, that first one, you're barely going to get anybody. That second one, I really have kind of noticed that after the third attempt, that seems to be the golden egg right there, is that's when I get the most yeses. So 32% of the people are saying yes. About 35% of people are buying. And my average sale is about $140. So one of the things I've just been training my people on is tell me how much you need to earn. And let's work that backwards, right? Not everybody's going to buy. Not everybody's going to say yes. But what does that look like? And then in my unit right now, we are focusing exclusively on the number of asks per day and then letting the process work. So if 32% are going to say yes, 30 to 40% are going to buy, and this is what my average purchase are, then you tell me every day, how many asks do you need to do? And I literally get up and I'm in my office, and my first 2 to 3 hours are just asking and reminding and asking and reminding.
Sure. The process. Oh my goodness. This is so good. This is so good. And now, how many qualified team members do you have right now for this year?
The year, I just got number 16.
Just got number 16. Yeah. Okay. So, and that's the best that you've had at this.
Okay. I'm stopped. Oh, there was a chat. I'm sorry. Someone said something. Okay. So I'm stopping it there because there's a lot more chatter and questions and whatnot, and you guys have access to that. Before we go and look at the information on the Facebook group, please unmute and please give me feedback. What do you like? What do you not? Let's just focus on what we like, because it's easy to pick things apart.
I kind of like this. I was in a different company a long time ago. Won't name the name, but it was a good company. But there was like the marketing I didn't like because it was kind of sneaky. But the way I did sales was I had a basket of product that I would hand off to the person and say, use it for a week. I'll check in with you. And it wasn't a lot of skincare product. It was more like household item, household stuff. And like the amount of people that actually would be my customers from just giving them that basket was like 75-80%. It was huge. So I kind of like this approach, because it's like, hey, try this. If they don't like it or they don't want it or they love it, whatever, it's easy peasy. So I don't know.
Good. Who else? Alicia, you're muted.
Yeah. I'll just second what Kim said. Like if they have the ability to still try before you buy in more than just one sample, yeah, the cost is more upfront, but if she's averaging $150, is that what she said? A little more than that. Then that more than covers that the $10, what is it, $10 per
$11, yeah.
11? It's probably a little more than that.
And that's if you CDS it. Because if they're in town with you, you could bring it by
drop it off,
in
yeah.
bag. Okay.
And
did not give a lookbook. Go on.
and the cool thing about that is like there's more interaction with the person. They get to use the product for longer. And if you're ordering those trial sizes, you're getting Queen's Court credit.
If you do the Go set, you do get Queen's Court credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, how much is a Go set? 28?
Yeah, the Miracle one's 28, the Voluform is 38, and then the hydrating, like the basic sets are 22. So you can do it on all of them.
So you could, for $14, if you chose to do the Go set for $14, because that's going to last them about, I don't know, for me, it lasts me a week. But $14 plus $5.95 to ship it. So that's about $20. If you do the strip, and that looks more professional, but if you do the strips, how much are they now? I don't even know anymore. $3 for 6 of them, I think. I think that's for $3 for 5 of them for 5 strips of Miracle Set. Am I accurate? Do you guys know top of your head? I think that is right. So it's like $4 that it's going to cost you plus if you're CDSing at $5.95. But hear what she said about the cost, because I don't know if how well y'all know me, but that's the first thing my brain goes to. Oh my God, it's going to cost so much. Have y'all met me? Okay. So, but when she brought up, there's no gas expense. You're not getting in the car to go to her house, blah, 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 blah. Plus it's an easy book. It's an easy booking. Who is really going to say no? I'm washing my face anyway, and you're going to give me stuff? Sure, I'll try it. You know what I mean?
People are so willing to try stuff.
Yeah. And then if they can buy the first time at 15% off, you're more even if they just buy even if they just buy a basic, guys, a basic is $60. You're still going to cover that cost. It's just the cost is up front. But here's the other thing it's going to do, having that cost up front. You think you're going to follow up more? You think you're actually going to follow the process if you have $10 invested? Heck yeah, you are, right? So, and the time expense, like, even though I hold most of my parties here at my home, most of you don't, right? I mean, some of you do, some of you don't, some of you do both, some of you do virtual, whatever. But the getting ready, okay? The time of the party, an in-person party for me is 2 hours. It's 2 hours because we talk more. Okay. So how much is my time worth? And then the setting up, the cleaning up, the taking care of the mirrors, I mean, there is a cost in any way we do business. It's just a different cost. Okay. So that's why that was my biggest reason of like, Mary Kay would say, take the pennies out of your eyes so you can see the dollars. You guys heard that story before? Like if you actually take a penny, do I have anything around, and put it in front of my eyeball, okay, all I can see are pennies, right? If these are pennies, all I can see are pennies, right? So if there's $100 bills out here and I've got pennies in front of my eyes, I can't see those $100 bills. Agreed? Okay, so it's just a different way of looking at it. What else you guys like? I like that at the beginning she talked about there's no courtesy buying. Like I really don't want, do you really want a one-time purchase? I want to build customers for a lifetime. I really do. And this way they're trying it. And even if they don't buy, they're gonna refer you to people, you know. And she's like, do you know two people? Who's your two best, most special people in your life? Or, you know, who's your mom, your sister, your aunt, your best friend, you know? Even if person number one doesn't buy, person number two has got some. Alicia, what happens with Mary Kay Magic?
It's magical. When it's the whole concept of like you call these 10 people over here, you can't see my hand, call these 10 people over here, and then this person over here buys something that like would add up to all these 10 people buying, you know, $20 each, right? Like it just, when you do the work, God blesses the effort. So if you're, and in this case, you're putting in, like I used to get so frustrated with having a $0 party because I'd get dressed, I'd go to the thing, or people no showing on me. Like all of that used to drive me crazy. But if I wouldn't quit and I kept going, it would pay off every single time that you do the good, you do the work, God blesses the effort.
Jim Cherry was just experiencing that when you had like this surge, right? It's like, oh, I picked my business up and I did a couple things and boom, I got like a surge. It always happens that way. Okay. I know we're running out of
magic.
time. It is magic. Okay. I'm sharing my screen one more time. I'm going to bring up the Facebook group. Turn that off. Okay. Okay, so it's the Believe Unit Skin Care Trial Group. All right. All right. So I'm not going to read everything to you. Here's where the video is. Okay. And then she goes through her process. Where do I begin? And she talks about making a list. And then she gives you the first message for booking. You can literally copy paste it. Okay. Same with message number 2. You might need to change a little bit. Booking message number 3 is here. And then she includes, so that then they booked. So here's, now they've received their packet. Okay. And so here's your first message. And she gives you what to say. And it gives you the links for the Skin Analyzer app. Okay. And then she's picked, I don't know, it might not be perfect order. I don't know. I took this right off of her board, but here's a graphic for the different skincare lines. Okay. What samples do I order? Here's her packaging. Okay. Your trial's been ordered. Text me as soon as you get it. Okay. And then she goes through what to say. So if you've sent her repair, here's the text to send for if you've sent her repair. If you sent Miracle Set or Mary Kay, the Mary Kay line, here's the text messages. Here's the skincare line one to go with the skincare line dialogue. And so on and so forth. Okay, so then repair day 1, repair day 2, and so on. You guys kind of following along? It's copy and paste. At the end here, this is what I wanted to point out. Oh, here's the shade. If you have not done your own foundation on with the shade selector, y'all need to do this. It really works. Okay. It goes to hers. I'll have to fix that. Okay. But it's on our own website. It's on your personal website. And if you're highly techie and want to make it more exciting, here's something that you can copy. If you're not techie, don't worry about it. She's got tracking sheets in here for you. Okay. More about the messages. Why is it it's duplicated? Why is it duplicated? Huh. That's weird. Okay, hang on. These are just the messages. Why is it duplicated? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So survey, that's what I'm looking for. All right. Remember she talked about a Google form? Okay. If you don't know how to make a Google form, you want to know how I learned how to make one? I Googled it. How do I make a Google form? And there's videos on how to make a Google form. It's really easy. You'll be like, oh, should have had a V8. It's so easy. All right. But here is one that you can look at to see what questions she puts on her Google form. Okay. If you don't want to use a Google form, you can text her questions, whatever. Don't let something like that stop you. You could just, or you could email her all the questions on there and send it to her. Okay. Like you can work around it. Anyway, so there's more verbiage. Okay. And then she's got a closing sheet. So 15% off just the products that she gave them, a couple of extras. So I didn't change anything. I was thinking I'd do 10%, but then I'm like, oh, then I have to change everything. Never mind. 15% is fine. Okay. Deals. Questions for skincare trial troubleshooting. That's for you. And I guess that's it. So what questions do you have? What do you guys think?
Hey, I have a question.
Mhm.
Is the foundation finder separate or is it part of the Mirror Me?
It is separate, actually. Here,
Oh, I've not been able to find it. I've been
I'll show you right now.
Googling and looking or not Googling, but
Sorry, let me show you right now.
okay.
So go to my shop. My shop. Okay. And I'm gonna close the cookies. And you guys, if you haven't done this, you've got to play around with your My Shop. Okay. And I still have to play around. So oh, do I have to actually log on? All right. Well, you know what? I'm here. I was going to show off. I can't find it. It's because everybody's watching.
Yeah, I went down to My Shop too, and I can't figure out, like, I can get to foundations, like I'm gonna pick one, but I can't figure out how to get to the foundation finder.
Well, so you know what I have done on my phone is
Mhm.
if you click on that on your phone, on the foundation finder, and save it to your phone, you can pin it on your phone.
I can't even get to it though. I don't even know how to
You
get
know
to
what?
it.
I will text it in the group chat. Okay. I'll send the link in the group chat. It works, I swear.
Believe me.
All right, what else? I'm writing it down. Do you guys think this is a good idea? What do you guys think?
I love it.
Yeah. I really think
I
it
like
has a
it.
place. I think that especially for, at least this is where my head is, especially for those women that I'm kind of afraid of. I look at their Facebook and I'm like, oh, she's really sharp, you know. If that intimidates you, okay, that was a Cadillac director. This is the only way she runs her business. Okay, y'all. I mean, for real, you gotta understand it works. If you work it, it will work. But it's a great way for the person. If you've tried to invite her to do a skincare class and she's like, I'm too busy. I invited her to a facial, virtual facial. I'm too busy. Hey, how about if I send it to you? You understand? Like, it's powerful. It's like a 3-tiered fallback, or you could just only do that. Okay. Any last questions? All right. So before we log off, and yes, I'm reading because I wrote it. I just want to say this. If nothing changes, nothing changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you actually want, look, I'm going to just be straight. If you actually want to make some money, if you actually want to help some people, you got to do something different than what you're doing right now. You know, we are all kind of like in a, I don't know how to, we have so much heart and soul. You ladies, all of us, our hearts are so huge, and we genuinely want to help other people. Because if you don't do something different, nothing will change. Okay. So you've got to be willing. You're not going to be perfect. Okay. In fact, not being perfect is probably best. Okay. That's why I've been successful, because I'm just willing to jump, even though I'm nowhere near perfect. All right. Willing to stretch, willing to jump, willing to believe that more is possible. Okay. I know we can do this. And if this doesn't speak to you, then jump in with the virtual events, jump in with in person, but you get the idea, right? Good. So before you get out of your seat, write down, how many people am I going to talk to tomorrow about this? Isn't it amazing? Like I said, she's a Cadillac director. She's got like 3,500 followers. Okay. So twice what I have. And this is the only way she does her business. Okay. That doesn't just happen. It's exciting. Okay. So anyway, I will just go on and on going. All right. That's all. Any last thoughts, guys? Donna's saying goodbye. Okay. Love you guys. Bye-bye.